friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time stopping by. My name is Lydia, and today I want to share with y'all some things that I picked up thrifting. Some of these things I've actually thrifted throughout the year. Some of them are a little bit more recent, but I just thought it'd be nice to share with you how you can thrift some things for your home to make your home look beautiful for every season or just for every day. Just to make your home feel curated and special and unique and not the same as what everybody else has. I think that's part of the most exciting thing for me with thrifting is the unique pieces that I tend to find that you won't find in the store. I like vintage pieces. I like a cottage, farmhouse, you know, just that kind of look in my home. And so it's really exciting to find those pieces for a really good deal. And I'm always looking for like unique Christmas pieces to add into my Christmas decor. I have a lot of Christmas decor. I really don't need anything, but I am still like on the hunt for some things that are just unique, timeless pieces that I will have for years, that my kids will remember and that I can carry down, you know, through the years, and just things that I will continually bring out each year. And I feel like you can really do that when you're thrifting. You can find unique pieces that you're not going to find in, you know, the big box retail stores. And so that for me is like the excitement of the thrill of the hunt, just finding unique pieces. And so throughout the year, I'm always looking for things that I can use for Christmas gifts or things I can use, you know, in my home to make, like I said, my home more curated and special and unique. And so that's basically what I have done throughout the year. And also in the last few weeks, I found some really unique pieces. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm not going to name what store those from because some of them I honestly don't remember. A lot of them were from our like local thrift store here in town, but then some of them were for Goodwill and things like that. I really like to do like pretty pieces when I host and stuff. I like to have pretty dishes and stuff for that. And so I did find, this is actually a Paula Deen, it says on the back there, a Paula Deen Home for the Holidays. I would call this like a little, you could put whatever you want to. I would say like, it might be like a condiment tray or something like that, but this would be really pretty. I don't know if y'all, like when you do gatherings and stuff, if you have like different kinds of nuts or like Chex Mix, or like a lot of times people would do like candied pecans and things like that, sugared pecans. And I think this would be really pretty for that. This was $2.99 from, the tag looks like Goodwill to me. So I did get that from Goodwill, and I just think it's so pretty. I really like the holly berries and the ivy. My china cabinet over here for Christmas, I do a lot of like holly berries and ivy and stuff in there. As you can see, the berries up in my garland and stuff, I like to do that in here. Stick with the traditional red and green. As I've told you all back when I did my Hobby Lobby shop with me, I want to go with more traditional colors, which really wasn't hard for me. I didn't have to buy a whole lot of new stuff or anything because I've always loved the traditional red and green colors. Now I have throughout my house often changed and done like, you know, maybe certain softer colors or more neutrals and things like that. And that's the great thing about, you know, your home. You do it how you want to do it. If you want to do different rooms, different colors, or colors that coordinate with the colors that you already have in your home, you can easily do that. So I was excited to find that, and I thought the little cardinal bird was really cute on there. And then I did find these little espresso cups. That's what I think they are, or at least that's what I'm going to use them for. You know, when you do your espresso shots or whatever, you can put them in little cups like this and then pour them into your coffee. And my husband does that, so I thought these would be really nice to add in. I have a lot of stuff that has this holly berries and ivy on it in my china cabinet that I have collected over the years and thrifted. Some of it my husband's grandma gave me, some dishes that are just like this, and then some of it is things that I've just had for the year, over the years. And so I just always kind of looking for little pieces to add into that. Not really a ton, but just like little pieces. And these I added onto my tree mug over here with my husband's coffee so that he could use those for espresso shots. So I thought these were really cute, and I got these for 50 cents each. I did pick up a pack of these for $1 from the thrift store, and they actually had 8 in there, which currently are in my dining room, which hopefully next week I will get that out for y'all, decorating the dining room and doing like the table setting and stuff. And I just thought these were really pretty to like add, you know, just a different texture and different elements. I always think that that makes your table look so more high-end if you add different textures and different layers and stuff like that. And so that's what I thought underneath one of my like red chargers with my Christmas plates. So I actually have them out there right now and they look really pretty. So I did get a pack of 8 of these for $2 or $1. Honestly, can't remember, but I got these a few weeks ago and I have already put them on my dining room table. So hopefully you'll see that next week when we do the dining room together. I probably won't decorate it with you, like the whole dining room, because it's already decorated. We probably will do like a tablescape for Christmas together out there. All right, and then I'm always looking for like unique picture frames and stuff. I want to eventually do in my living room like a kind of like a collage of pictures. It may be like art and it may be family pictures, haven't decided yet, but I'm always looking for like unique picture frames. And so I found this one and I just thought it was so pretty. Of course, none of this was in here when I bought it. It actually had broken glass in it. And it was, I believe, $2 when I found it. But the lady actually gave me $1 off because she said, you know, the glass is broke. I said, well, she didn't care. I have other frames I could take the glass out. But sometimes I don't like to use glass in my frames because I feel like the glare off of them, you don't really see what's in them. I did have like a mat that I already had for years. And I just took some of this wrapping paper that I got from Dollar Tree, which I thought was real pretty for Christmas. I did this year, I probably said it before, I want to do more traditional colors, but I did think that'd be really pretty to add in some of the plaids. And so that's basically what I did. If I bought anything new this year, it was like plaid pillow covers and I bought some plaid ribbon. And then you can just add that into your traditional stuff that you already have. And it kind of just changes up that theme a little bit. I know everybody's really raving about the Ralph Lauren theme and, you know, going crazy about that. And I think that is really pretty, but I didn't want to buy all new things. I just kind of wanted to use what I have. So my Christmas this year is probably more of like a traditional with touches of Ralph Lauren. And then of course, you know, vintage things and stuff like that. But I really like the plaid idea of doing plaid. And so I just took the mat and I just wrapped the mat, some of that wrapping paper. And then I just have an old songbook and I got a old Christmas song out of there. It's all come all you faithful. And I just put it in there. And I just thought that was really pretty with the gold. I actually have it in my dining room, which you'll see next week, hopefully. And I just really think that that is like unique. And you honestly could, if you wanted to, even make a tray out of this, because see how the sides are? You could make a cute little tray out of this and use it in your bathroom and put like pretty soap on it, your face wash and like your, you know, skincare stuff. And that would even be really pretty. You could just pull off the little stand on it and you could have used it as a little tray. Just put more glass in is what I would do. And then you could make it into a pretty little tray. Okay, another piece I got was this curate knives. I guess it's, I don't really know. I call these like marmalade jars, like the size of them. I don't really know that that's what it is, but it kind of reminds me of those. And this one was from 2001. So again, it's 24 years old. But I did pick this up for $1 from our local thrift store. And I just love, again, the winter scene on the front is just so pretty. And I do have some plates to have that on there as well, that have more of the blue in there. This is actually green, but I do have some that have like the blue wrapped around them and stuff, which go really good with my blue that I already have. I thought this honestly would be really cute with like a little, one of those like little fake trees in here. You know, those like marshmallow sticks that you can get, or even like the little chocolate pretzels and stuff that you can get. I thought those would be cute to put on there. Or you could even dress it up and put like a little fake tree in there, or even some like greenery, and that would be pretty in there as well to like put in my china cabinet or on my countertops, just anywhere that I want to put it really. And so I thought that would be pretty for that. And again, this is only $1. I found these, I think a week or two ago. I found some brass horn, or they're called brass bugle is what it says on here. I just love adding brass pieces into my decor. I have a couple, I don't have a ton, but I have a few pieces. And I thought for my Christmas, it would be pretty to add in some more brass pieces. It does have a little bit of greening right here, which I'm gonna try to figure out how to clean that. But I got all 3 of these for $1.99. And this shows votives in them. They didn't come with the votives. The votives were already gone. That might be why they got rid of them. And they did have those like little weird looking berries and stuff on them too. But I did cut those off because I didn't like the way they looked. But these are just so pretty. And I actually am using these on my centerpiece in my dining room with some real candles. And for Thanksgiving, I actually did light these, and they were really pretty. Brass really adds a touch of that old world vintage look that I'm going for in my home. And so I was excited to find these. I am gonna try to clean off some of this green that's on here, but you know, one side was like that, the other side was fine. So I wouldn't have to, but I'm gonna try to clean it up just a little bit. My sons and I actually went to a thrift store, and I found this like vintage looking hot air balloon, which I thought was just so cute to add into my tree out here in my dining room. I just thought it was unique. I'm always, like I said, looking for unique pieces, and I just thought this was cool. My daughter actually said she wanted me to paint it pink and put it in her tree. So I may even do that. I might try. I don't know how well it'll work, but just look at how cute it is. It's got little bows on it. And I got this for 50 cents. So I was excited about that because, I mean, lots of times it even says on here it had a tag from somewhere else. And it says it's a hot air balloon ornament from 1905. I guess like a, you know, like one of those booths or whatever was selling it. But I don't know. It might be, it might not be vintage or not, but I just think it's super cute and unique. And I just think the bows, which, you know how everybody's raving about all the bows and stuff right now, thought those were so cute. I did pick this up from Goodwill, and I think this was back in like June or July that I picked this up, and I was so excited to find it. I found this really pretty large mixing bowl. It says Authentic Kitchen, made in China. It's just really, really pretty, and it's got the pretty, again, holly berries and ivy on it, and it's very nice. It's very heavy and thick, and I'm always looking for nice mixing bowls to use, and this is great for Christmas with all the cooking that you do and baking and stuff, to have a nice mixing bowl like this. I got this for $4.99 from Goodwill, like I said, back in the summer. And I just think it is so pretty. All right, my next thing is I want with my Christmas decor to be more intentional. I know something that I'm kind of craving in my Christmas decor this year is a just gathered, a collected, more thoughtful, you know, thinking about doing things together as a family and making that easy to do. And something I had thought of is I really, really want to make where my kids will spend less time on electronics and TV and more time together as a family. And I know that we all struggle with that because it's hard to pull your kids and get them to be interested in that kind of stuff. My kids really enjoy playing games together, and my kids really enjoy like reading books together. Now my boys are getting older, so they don't enjoy it as much as our daughter does, but she loves books. Like, I mean, that is just her thing. She loves books. Anytime we go anywhere, she wants to buy books, and she loves to read books. I take her to the library every week, and she's always getting books, like new books and stuff to read. So back over the summer, I think it was, I found this really nice big basket, and it was in perfect condition. There was just one thing over here that was starting to come unraveled. I just took some hot glue and glued it back. And I kind of wanted to create like a little station in our living room that had like some puzzles and some of their favorite games and some of our favorite Christmas books and stuff to read together. What I'm going to share with you, some of our favorite books and puzzles and just games and things that we could do together as a family. And I just wanted to keep it in the living room with all of that, you know, available to us. And so everything that I'm sharing with you, I actually thrifted to put in this basket. And I think we did a pretty good job. Most of what we found was under $1. I'm going to start with the games that I picked up, and my kids have already been playing with these a lot. So they're already starting to have wear and tear, but that's honestly the reason I don't go and buy brand new games from like Walmart or Target or anywhere like that. Because you can go to thrift stores, and so many times I have honestly never bought a game from a thrift store that did not have all the pieces with it. And you can get such a nice like game to play with your family, just sanitize it really good and stuff, and you didn't pay hardly anything for it. I got this Connect 4, which is one of my kids' favorite games to play together, and it was $2.99 from the Goodwill. Another one of my favorite childhood games that we would play together with my siblings and stuff is Battleship. And my kids like that. My husband and I actually played it the other night, and he beat me, of course, but It's just a fun, like, quick game that you can play. Granted, only 2 people can play it at a time. But like I said, usually we'll kind of split up and do different things anyway. But we do have several other games that we play together as a family. But it'll be fun because, like, my husband and I, like I said, will play this together. Boys will, you know, play it together while I'm reading Bella some books. And it's just nice to kind of get in and do different things other than just sit and watch TV together, you know, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I really do enjoy, like, interacting with my kids and doing things together and not just sitting in front of a TV screen, you know. And so I did pick this up, and I got it for 99 cents. And I was scared because, you know, like I said, if you get something for that cheap, you're like, it's probably missing all the pieces. But it was, like, in perfect condition. It had all the ships. It's like a little plastic one, but it had all the ships, had plenty of, like, the little, you know, like the little pegs that you put in it, had everything. All the ships were in both parts, and so I was excited because, like I said, sometimes that's a possibility when you buy things thrifted, that there's going to be pieces missing. Something else that my family really enjoys doing, and a lot of times when we're on, like, vacations that are more chill vacation, we went last year to the mountains, and we knew it was going to be more of a chill vacation. It was actually when Hurricane Helene came through, and it just rained like the whole entire week we were there. And we had a great time still as a family, enjoying the mountains and stuff like that, but we spent a lot of time indoors, and so we put puzzles together. And so most of the time, if we go on, like, a chill vacation, or if we're in our camper or something, we'll put puzzles together. It's something my kids really enjoy doing. So I wanted to find some, like, Christmas puzzles that we could put together in our living room together at night. And I found this National Lampoon's Christmas Thomas Kincaid puzzle. It's a 300-piece puzzle, but it's just got, you know, all the lights and everything. It's just really, really pretty. And it's originally $16.99, and I got it for 80 cents. Now again, you take the risk when you buy something from the thrift store that it may not have all the pieces. We haven't put it together yet because I just got it actually the other day, so I don't know. It may have the pieces, it may not have the pieces, but for 80 cents, you can't beat it. If it is, I'm not out, you know, a ton of money. Again, I'm always on the lookout for some books for seasonally, like I said, for my daughter, for her bookshelf. And then also, I like to find some seasonal books. I wanted to find some seasonal books intentionally for this basket that I wanted to leave in our living room for in the evenings. And I found this Christmas Miracle by Christmas Miracle of Jonathan Toomey. I don't know if y'all have seen that movie. There's a movie and a book and different things about this story, and it's really good. And it had, like, the cover was really in great condition, so I'll probably leave the cover. And it actually does come with the CD, so it actually reads it to them if they want to. This is originally $18.99 for this book, but the cover was in really great condition. And so I usually just take like a Clorox wipe and wash down all my books whenever I buy them for my little girl. And so our books at our local thrift store, I've told y'all this before, are 10 for $1. You cannot beat that. You cannot get, nowhere can you get that many nice books. This is a hardback book. And like I said, this is originally $18, $18.99. And so do not go spend $18, $19, $20 on a book for your kids. Go check out the thrift store because they are overrun with books. It makes me honestly kind of sad because it's like people don't read books to their kids anymore because they're always like, most thrift stores are very overrun with kids books. Overrun, and I mean overrun, like they're just everywhere. Especially our thrift store. They have like technically 2 designated areas for books and for kids books, just kids books. And it's just overrun with books. And so I don't know, you know, like I said, it makes me kind of sad because I feel like people don't read like they used to. And so another thing I was wanting to find was like old nostalgic kind of like crafting books and, you know, just books that have inspiration on how to decorate your home. And I always like Martha Stewart things. I like Taste of Home and all those like other Better Homes and Garden, like the older ones and stuff. And like I said, we're going with a more, you know, traditional Christmas this year and wanting to just kind of bring back some of that nostalgia. I think it's cool to have books like this, and you can go, again, like I said, and find tons of them at the thrift store. And they have so much cool inspiration in them as well. Like, look how pretty the inside is. It's just this pretty, like, green, and it has all kinds of, like, little crafts and stuff you can do with your family. Then it also has, like, recipes in here that you can do. It had, like, the 12 Days of Christmas, one of those chapters. It just has, like, different songs in here, and it actually has again, like little crafts you can make with your family. It actually has the Christmas music for songs in here. We wish you a Merry Christmas, and I think I saw three or four different ones in there, and it just talks about different things that you can do together as a family, and you know, food you can make, and it just, I think it's neat. I really like it. I like books like this. And I know we can all go on Pinterest and we can pretty much find anything we want on Pinterest, but this kind of stuff is just real nostalgic. I like it. It reminds me of things that my mom always had kind of sitting around. This is cool, a gumdrop wreath. That's neat. But yeah, so I got this and I really like the colors of it too. It's like a real pretty light green with the red. And this is from TJ Maxx. It was $3.99, but I got it for 10 cents, so I wasn't upset about that. Or no, I got this for 50 cents because the adult books and hardback books are 2 for $1. And so I put that in. I'm going to add that to our basket. And then another book I found was The Christmas Carol. When I was a kid, The Christmas Carol, like the old black and white one, that thing scared me so bad. I was so scared of that movie. I know it had a good, you know, theme, had a good point to it and everything, but I was just so scared of that movie. And so when I grew up and I really kind of got and captured the idea of what it was about and, you know, understood what it was about and the importance of it and everything, I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Now, I don't know that my kids are going to love this as much as I am. The pictures, it's got some pictures, but they're not like scary. It's just really pretty. And it was a hardback book. Again, I got it for 10 cents from our thrift store. It is older one. It was copyright 1990, so that's cool. But yeah, it does have some really pretty pictures and stuff in it. And I just thought this would be a fun book to read with my kids. It's like a pale blue. So you could definitely use it for styling for more than just for Christmas. But I did want to add it to our little basket that we're going to do. So I think I have a couple more like kids books that I'm throwing. I'll go through these real quick. A couple more Christmas books that I'm throwing in here for my daughter to read to her. The Legend of the Candy Cane. I got that one for 10 cents. And originally $14.99. Again, perfect condition. That's why I highly recommend getting your kids' books from the thrift store. You can always take like a Clorox wipe and wipe them down real good and save so much money, but get some really nice books. And then I got the Polar Express. That is one of her favorites. She loves the Polar Express movie and she likes the book. And so I got that one for 10 cents. So we'll throw that in our basket. And then even though she's almost 7 years old, she still loves these like scratch and sniff books. And so I found this one for her. It's just The Sweet Smell of Christmas. And that's originally a $9 book. And then this one with Christmas with Teddy Bear. And she liked that one. I think she actually picked that one out. This is another one of her favorite stories, is The Gingerbread Man. So I got that for 10 cents as well. And we'll just throw that in there. So I will show you at the end of everything how I styled that little basket. I already had like a little bow on it and I have it in my living room. Like I said, with adding kind of touches of more plaids and things like that, I highly recommend if you're planning Christmas decor, any kind of decor, to make up a list of things that you're wanting to add and look at the thrift store first. And it's so neat because I actually had on my list like a blanket scarf that had plaid in it that I could add to my blanket ladder. And I actually had on my list, I think I wrote it down on my list, like my thrifting list back in like September or October of something I was wanting to kind of find thrifted, so I didn't have to buy like another blanket or something for it, but I wanted to add more plaids into our living room and stuff. So I found, like, literally went into the thrift store, found this beautiful plaid. I don't know if it's plaid or tartan, whatever the technical term is for it, but I just think this is so pretty, and I hung it over my blanket ladder and it just looks really pretty in there. And so I did get that, and I got it for $1 at the thrift store. So you can't beat that, and it is huge. Like, I mean, I don't know if you can see. I'm thinking it's a blanket scarf, but it might even be like a small throw blanket. But it is very large, and it was in really good condition. I just always wash anything I get from the thrift store and then dry it on high heat. And I put that on my blanket ladder, and I really, really like that. And then I did thrift this book. I'm always looking for like old books. I really like to style with them. I like to use them to layer things and to use them as like risers and stuff like that. And I found this one. It's got really pretty like gold pages on it. It's just called A Letters of Travel. Didn't really buy it for the title, but I was excited because lots of times old books cost a lot, unless you can find them at the thrift store. And this one actually is from 1893. So it's actually an antique book. And I was excited to find that. So again, thrift store that I got this one from, 50-cent hardback books. And what I like to do, I'll just kind of give you a quick idea of what I'll do with them. I use them, like I said, for styling, but often I will use them, and I like at Christmas especially, and I know y'all know ribbon and bows are like huge right now. Often I will stack them like this, and then I'll use thicker ribbon, or you can use thinner ribbon. This one has like a little thinner ribbon, and then you can easily just style it with whatever you want to style it with. Like this, you could style it with this on there, and then put something else, something shorter, like your candlesticks on here, like that, or just whatever. There's so many different ways that you can tie them together like this and make like a cute little riser with them. And I like these two because they have the gold pages. I actually thrifted these last year, I believe. But that's why I always want to look out for like old books and stuff, because they just add so much character to a space, and I just think they're really pretty, and so I'm always looking for those. Or again, I'll share more of how I styled those things in next week's video, because I want you to see how I try to style the things that I pick up in my home. And most of the time I go into the thrift store and I have a plan, like I said with the scarf, of what I'm looking for and also where I'm going to put it. That is very key thing in thrifting, is to make sure you know where you're going to put it. Don't just pick up stuff because it's cool or it's unique. Say, hey, I know where I'm going to put this, and style it there. You know, don't just get it and put it in a box and not use it. That's the main thing about thrifting. You got to be real careful, because I love to thrift. I really enjoy it. It's like probably one of my favorite hobbies is to thrift. But I got to be real careful, because if you're not careful, you can bring in a lot of clutter and things into your home that you don't really have a place for. And so you just got to be real careful with that. But I hope y'all enjoyed this thrift haul, and make sure you stick around and you're subscribed if you're not subscribed, so that you'll be able to see next week's video when we style some of these items for my Christmas tablescape and other places. But I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one.